How's it going, Capricorn? Thank you so much for checking out my channel here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. My name is Sarah, and I will be doing a reading for the full moon happening in Libra, also a lunar eclipse, and yeah, happy equinox. So let's see what's in store for you, Capricorn. We have been starting off with the Moonology deck, so we'll stick with that just to set the tone. It's been providing us with some pretty decent insights and a great reference to look back to sort of tie everything together. We have the new moon in Cancer. So you and your loved ones are safe, and that is a blessing. Now, you can critique safety and what it actually means. No one is truly, truly safe, but there's a certain element of safety and maybe privilege that you experience in your life, and it's really, really great to acknowledge that. And to allow that to inform whatever new intentions you decide to set for yourself moving forward. Now, moving forward, there's like a miser effect that you have. Like you've manifested probably a great deal of money for yourself thus far, so far. But there's just something that you're holding on to. You could just be sort of holding on to what you have and not really opening up your will and intentions to manifest more, because you could very much be focused on managing what it is that you already have. You could also be dealing with some energy suckers who are just sort of on you, seeing that you have the capacity to manifest. Like haters, jealous people, ones who would rather focus on sucking the energy out of somebody who's manifesting instead of keeping their energy for themselves and doing that for themselves. Now, that might not be the case in your situation. I just think that this is about growth. This could also be health as well. There might be some new things that you need to learn about health and well-being that you haven't taken up the challenge. Now, your intentions or the turnaround that you were expecting maybe is, you might have missed the mark, or it might be a bit late for something that you wanted. Some type of business proposition, or just some type of goal that you had for yourself. But that's okay. It's like, what is it? Dust under the rug. It's something that you can deal with later. We have emotional balance coming from the universe right now. That really is the main thing informing your forward movement. Hold on, I dropped a card and it decided to take off. The moon. So the moon, there's like a hidden truth to you. Maybe you're not open about something that you could be, or maybe there's just aspects of yourself that you prefer to keep private. Or there's just things that you don't know or haven't really been able to see the truth about yourself on some level. I mean, we don't consciously know what's in our subconscious because that's our subconscious. It's like pretty straightforward. So yeah, let's see what's going on with the past and immediate future. But I really feel like these two are really all about having, being able to process the fact that we don't know everything about ourselves, or that we don't know everything we think that we know. there's more to us than meets the eye, and some things are just meant to sort of stay asleep until they're ready to come out. And we have strength. So you are the master of, embodying inner strength, of taming your primal instincts and allowing them to fuel how you assert yourself, how you, express yourself as well. It's like your charismatic imprint or fingerprint, That's strength right there. It can seem very individualistic on some level, but it's really just about being the boss of yourself, about self-actualization and preservation, and also just confidence and knowing that, as individuals, we all have like awesome gifts that we carry. And that we all need to sort of fight our battles and see through our challenges and, trials and tribulations that encompass our lives. So moving forward, we're moving from Leo to Aries energy, very much focused on the awesomeness, on what we can learn, what we can teach in terms of creating and building systems, of organizational structures, of family structures, of daily routines. There's somebody that's going to come through for you. Now, this could be also you coming through for yourself. This could also be somebody that you've lost, that, you're being reminded of. Interestingly, they could be in Aries. But yeah, I'm not sure. Just be careful that you're these cards are upright though, so it really is just very, very powerful energy coming through with strength and the Emperor. So I would just be mindful about tending to your fires. I feel like the system is about creating sustainability, really. Maybe that's where, you might have missed the mark with this reversed Three of Wands energy. So how can you make your enterprise more sustainable? How can you make your family daily routine more sustainable in terms of the energy, input and output? So you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to agree to things. You have to agree to set routines and stick to them. And to stick to spiritual regimens as well. Also, your attitude towards marriage or life commitments might require some adjusting on some level. Maybe you don't want to depend on a partner for financial gain, or maybe you look to partners to advance yourself financially, and that is also a little bit toxic. Not the end of the world, worse things happen, but it's not how we manifest for ourselves. Now, there is some level of indifference that people see that you kind of you don't really care about something. And maybe you're just a little over detached about a certain situation. Some people, maybe people just think that you're cold, and they could be completely wrong. They could also be right. It really is depending on the type of Capricorn that you are and your outlook on life, the way your take on things. We have the Nine of Wands in your hopes and fears. So I would say this is probably a bit of a fear of being left behind, wounded, and having to just kind of hold down the fort versus getting in on the action. Now, on a positive note, I feel like this could also be hoping to be acknowledged for what it is that you've done so far, the fact that you're probably a veteran on some level, and that, your role and responsibility is to guard all the energy and ideas of the fortress, community, people. And, with that comes, the sharing of your experiential knowledge, as well as the responsibility of having to be on the lookout. So there is, it is definitely a reputable position to be in. That is what you hope, is to develop a good reputation, that you have been around the block and that you can take care of shit. Now, there's going to be some type of period of, I don't want to completely say despair. I just feel like, money, or maybe like, a period of ill health, of feeling like the doors have been closed on you, or that like you sort of need assistance. You require assistance on some level, and you may not like that. That may make you feel like a charity case, when that's completely not the case at all. It's okay to reach out and ask for help. And it's okay to be struggling and need help. It doesn't reflect your success in life. People really are so focused on stratification and how much you have and what success means. And, surviving is pretty successful in a lot of cases. So, fucking A, right? And we have the Page of Cups. There's been a few signs that have been ending off with pages. So it's either a young person in your life that you're concerned about in terms of how they are developing on an emotional level. This could also be an indicator that you need to level up, that right now you're embodying a manipulator, somebody who just like wants to act like they want to be in relationships with people, they want to love them, or they're happy with them, and in actuality they are they're haters, or they're just really unhappy. And, this person really doesn't feel good about themselves either. And the way that they communicate their emotions is very, it's just immature. Like, so what does emotional immaturity look like to you? Paint that picture. And if you feel like somebody's presenting themselves as very emotionally immature, well, that's probably what's exactly going on. So doing some work, self-help work, that Saturnian energy, even though this card is ruled by Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, I really feel like there's an element of Saturn involved. We have the 6-pointed star hanging out inside of the lantern. So, going through the daily grind, dealing with like mundane routines, moving towards, accepting the monotony of being a role model. And, there's aspects of life that's boring. It's not always celebratory. And, sometimes I feel like it's really simple and beautiful, and some would call it basic, but just the simple life really has such a carefree approach, and it's also paying attention to detail. When you think of Gandalf the Grey and all that he had to do, all the little things that he made sure, all the little people he made sure were accounted for, and it's just about honoring that wisdom, that awesomeness as well, that comes with behaving like, the wise old guy. That is the essence of some Virgo energy right there. And we have the reverse Two of Pentacles with the upright Two of Swords. So balance on a holistic level, balance physically, like constitutional wellness and manifesting money. That's going to be about you preparing yourself for whatever comes your way, whether it's hard times or good times, and getting yourself in a mindset to, understand that you don't know what's coming your way, but it is something and you're going to be ready for it. That is the essence of the Two of Swords, of having a balanced mind. And then we got reverse Nine of Pentacles. It's going to be a minute before you're able to independently thrive, with the fabulous white Tina here. And And that's okay. We weren't born alone. Sometimes we always will meet our families. We'll need to have like a partnership in order to thrive. Not everybody can do it alone, and it makes absolute sense because, like I said, we aren't born alone. So getting yourself emotionally prepared, knowing the moments where you're struggling, the times of the year where you may have experienced hardship and trauma, like trauma-informed self-care. That really is the essence of what you need to do in order to turn this emotionally not damaged, but struggling individual. Also paying attention to your intuition. You know, the Queen of Cups is really all about intuition. So follow your heart. Follow your feels. Go with what you feel. Even if it's wrong, it's okay if your feels are wrong. We get in our feels, we get triggered. Shit happens, right? It's just a matter of what you're going to do about it. Are you going to allow other people to get the best of you? Are you going to allow them to rob you of your things and of opportunities? And if you don't have the capacity to protect yourself on that level, are you going to allow yourself to, get stuck in a rut and not get out of a situation that's toxic? So, this is your chance to learn and grow, Capricorn. To learn and grow from the losses that you've experienced in your life. Because life is beautiful, it's worth living, and our capacity for transformation as human beings is such a miracle. So live that to the fullest. And we will, you and your loved ones are safe. It's interesting. No one's trying to hurt you or end you. Maybe somebody wants your shit, but they're not trying to end you in the process. So we're gonna tap into some retro oracle. We have the tarot affirmations deck, and we're gonna pull some cards, and we're gonna get through this loss that we're experiencing. And see it as a natural break, that it's time to just allow your fruit to ripen again. I have come to a natural break, a time to stop and look back at what has been accomplished. I take advantage of this time to review my achievement and appreciate the fruits of my labor. I look ahead, reevaluate my priorities, and reconsider my direction. I take time to replenish my store of energy for the work still ahead. I take time to strengthen my motivation, commitment, and belief in my present undertaking. And we have the spiritual AF deck. Loving is its own reward. The very act of loving is the benefit of the risk. Wow, that's powerful. We all want to be loved back. We all want to be supported. But when you grow up, you see that it has nothing to do with how the person who receives your love reacts, and all about you just being willing to open your heart in this dangerous world. Be a gangster and love the fuck out of someone today. Expect nothing in return. So there you go, love gangsta. There you have it. All right. I hope that you enjoy the next cycle, this lunar eclipse. Happy lunar eclipse. And we will see you next time.